before we get into this week's edition of the Brilliantly Dumb Show, doing something a little bit different. You got Mikey here, you got Joey D here. Please take the time to support the show. We'll give you 5 seconds right now. Smash the living hell out of that subscribe button and click like. We want to take this show to the moon. We want to be able to do it full time together. Subscribe to get Mikey down to Florida full time.
Wow.
And now, let's get into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to what is another edition here of the Brilliantly Dumb Show. The D-Man has arrived. PDP and Mikey V has arrived as well. Same spot as last week for Mikey V down there. Fellas, really good to see you as always. A lot to jump into today. Welcome back to the favorite day of the week if you're listening on Tuesday.
It is the greatest day of the week. I used to say that Tuesdays before the Brilliantly Dumb Show, I used to say Tuesday. Everybody complained about Monday. Monday to me was always a day that went by very quickly because the weekend, you have your weekend off, then you get back to the office or wherever you work. I felt like the day went very fast. Wednesday was hump day. It had a little designation to it. Thursday, when you're younger, is Thirsty Thursday. Everybody loves Friday. Tuesday to me was the dead day of the week. Not so fast once the Brilliantly Dumb Show takes over, Bob.
And there we go, and there we have it. Folks, how much money have you spent on playing golf? Playing rounds all summer definitely adds up. Imagine if you could roll up all those rounds into a powerful Bitcoin portfolio. The only instant Bitcoin rewards credit card comes through Gemini, and hands down one of the best credit cards if you love golf. This summer, Gemini is giving 10% back in Bitcoin on all golf course transactions up to $250 a month until September 30th. Bitcoin rewards earned and held for 1 year on the Gemini credit card have appreciated 176% on average. Check out the description for more information on rates and fees. To sign up for the Bitcoin credit card, head to Gemini.com/dumb and get $200 in Bitcoin when you spend $3,000 in your first 90 days. You can see if you're eligible with no impact to your credit score. Click the link or go to Gemini.com/dumb to apply and earn instantly. See rates and fees in description for more info. Now, we were supposed to do a live show. We got banged. Mikey V got banged by a flight, Newark Airport. So look out for a Joey D sell onto Delta Airline. Can't do it. I mean, just it's low hanging fruit.
Yep.
The D-Man's
be too easy.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, in my 40 years almost of existence on this planet, I've never had a scenario where I've had scenarios where I get delayed up the ass. I've never had a scenario where a plane literally just won't take off for me.
I've had that.
So I was supposed to fly out 5 o'clock, got delayed 3 times on that plane. Flight gets canceled. They put me on another flight, departs at 10:30 at night, lands at midnight, 12:15. I said, that's doable. I said, I could do that. I could get in at 1 in the morning at the hotel, wake up for 6, be at the course at 7, no problem.
Coming out for the breezy, for those who don't know. He's coming out for the breezy.
That flight gets delayed about a half hour later until 1 in the morning. And finally I said, I'm not going to land until 3. So I call, people from our people and talk to them and say, listen, I'm exhausting every option. I'm looking at LaGuardia, JFK, nothing. The weather was so bad, thunderstorms everywhere. I left, and thank God, actually, when I left too, because I was kind of like, should I have just pulled an all-nighter? Because I had been up since 5 in the morning. Should I just pulled an all-nighter and just flown in at 3:30 in the morning?
Oh, God.
And then I get the text message that flight got canceled. So if I had waited around and that flight...
But how long were these thunderstorms? They don't last 12 hours.
Joe, they went like every other hour for 3 hours consecutively, and it diverted every flight that was landing at Newark and LaGuardia and JFK. It was diverting all these planes elsewhere. I've never seen anything like it. Like it.
It's a shame because we would have got the live show. We would have got the live
would have been really
Dumb
cool
show. Would have been really nice. We had a lot of Brilliantly Dumb Show fans out there.
People were upset that Mikey wasn't there. They were disappointed.
Yeah.
It's no one's fault. It's just, it's funny because he told me, my flight got delayed, but it's only an hour. And what did I say, Mikey? I was like, well, that's how it starts. It starts with 1 hour. And then it'll be another. And here's the thing, they have radar systems. I don't understand how they can't know that these storms are going to last longer. Just let the customer know, hey, heads up, this is going to be a 5 to 6 hour delay. They could have done that, Mikey, to the point where you
And
could have
then-
at least gone home
Well, then I
and
was
then waited it out.
And then I was looking for Friday morning, like the morning of the breezy. I was like, if I could get out at 6 a.m. on a 6 a.m. flight, I said I could be there by the time not for the podcast, but I could have been there for opening ceremony. I got a job to do. I am
Yeah.
Breezy Opens. I got a job to do, Bob.
FP said he could have driven.
That was a 7-hour drive.
Well,
At that-
also too,
And FP has
FP
made that drive before.
yeah, no,
but-
for sure. But at that point,
FP
7 hours, I would have had to leave at like midnight. which I
FP
was
will
waiting for the
drive
plane.
This guy
literally
will
anywhere.
drive from one side of the country to the other. It's
He
insane.
he has put more miles. Remember that Buick that he
I
had?
remember that.
Bro,
Yeah.
he would like you could be like if you give him like a good course to play golf, travel like we talk about Perez.
My God.
Perez, we talk about like his like autobiography, and it would be called Anywhere But Home. The
Yo, that's not a good look.
Anywhere but home.
That's
Yeah.
not a good look. But yeah, I mean, I was looking flights Friday morning. I couldn't find anything at JFK, LaGuardia, or Newark that left before 11. So not meant to be, but we're looking we're looking forward to the next one. We're moving on to the next one. Next one, big one. Me and Bobby's home state, New Jersey.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be
no,
fun,
no
man.
worries for
Very,
flights for you, Michael. There, no worries
Yeah.
for flights.
I got a
that's
whole
big one.
for me, it's like a high school reunion for me. I have everybody coming, dude.
I
I
got
would
like
imagine.
15 people
yeah, I do.
going.
That's
Yeah.
why I can't get anybody on the course that day, Joe. I tried to get people. Victoria's telling me, listen, all the spots are taken. And yeah, Bob must.
Normally, Victoria will be like, "Okay, guys, do you want any guests to come or anything?" She didn't ask for the Jersey one because that thing was.
Mikey, did your boy tell you what I said to him? It was the dumbest comment of all time.
No,
Excuse me, I
No.
forget his name.
Josh Fryer.
Josh Fryer.
Josh, yeah.
So the Ohio State, he came in and he said, Mikey's like, keep a lookout for my guys. I didn't know really what that meant. And then I saw two, they stood out and with the size of them.
I
Great
had half
guys.
the offensive line from Ohio State at the Breezy this year.
Yeah.
They won.
But, well, yeah. Oh, I thought you were saying the national championship. I was like, yeah.
Oh, well, they won. They won that
So-
too. They won that too.
Michael will never take a chance not to
Case-
tell you.
Yeah, in case you didn't know. But I was talking to him, and he was talking about he introduced me to his buddy, and he was like, really, really nice guys. They're welcome back whenever. But he's like, he's working. I was like, what are you guys up to now? He's like, he's working for JP Morgan. He points, and then Fryer goes, he goes, and I'm with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And my dumbass says to him, what do you do for them? I don't know. It was,
By
and
the way,
he looks at me.
you could
he
just
looks,
take a look at the guy and understand that he. Look at this.
oh, I got rocked, dude.
Oh my God, Bob!
Yeah, he
Bob looks like a child.
he
man.
sells. He works at the popcorn stand for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
He's a concession
Well,
guy.
and right after I said to him, I said, that is one of the stupidest things I have ever seen. It's like, what do you do? What do you do? Like he's in the financial department for the Arizona Cardinals.
I cannot believe now. Josh, obviously, he graduated this year for Ohio State. I cannot believe that the Ohio State offensive line, unbeknownst to me, were brilliantly dumb show guys for like the last 3 years, and it just came to light over the last few months.
Michael,
That
you
is
could
so
have used him to get
upsetting.
into some games.
Could have gotten a lot of things, Joe.
Oh,
But
Yeah,
you
but
got
what?
that
Nonetheless-
field
it's a
access.
shame because you would have had a lot of fun with them. I mean, and
Yes,
a
I
lot
would.
of people.
Oh,
Dude, when
man.
people come, I mean, people were coming and legitimately upset because they promoted you being there. Obviously, it's not your fault, but
Right.
they promoted you being there on that hole. So people were upset
Yeah.
when they had come over. But it was interesting talking to them. Like, just like, I asked them after they lost to Michigan what the locker room was like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did he tell you that I asked him that?
He didn't tell me, but I've spoken to him about what it was like, and I've heard the
It
story.
was really interesting. I mean, and you can ask the question because it turned out the way that it turned out. If you
Josh
think-
will. One thing about Josh will, if it's like a face-to-face conversation, he will tell you anything that he will answer any question that you ask him. He will, because I've
Yeah.
asked him.
he couldn't have been a nicer guy, too.
Bro,
Great
he
guy,
stepped up.
man.
He got robbed we had a long drive competition where we give away good prizes, drivers, putters. He comes up to the tee. I got him right away. We me, Joe, and FP are at our holes. And I said to Mikey, he hit the farthest golf ball I have ever seen hit. It was the farthest ball, Joe, I've ever
big
seen
boy.
hit.
More than Bryson?
Bro, this ball, he hit this low scrape. It wasn't even high. It was like a low line drive that just elevated like halfway through the fairway. And then the guy who won, he did not win the long drive, but he was a really nice guy and he traveled a long way. So I didn't bother debating it, but he did not win the long drive. So he got robbed. He ends up winning the thing. So I'm happy that he won. But it was the farthest golf ball I think I've ever seen.
At least Fryer won the actual whole thing.
He deserved it. They went into a putt off. It was a lot of fun, but any and all eyes right now are on Jersey. Any and all eyes right now.
Wow. And it sold out in 4 minutes.
That was crazy, bro. Like
That's the fastest one ever.
I got Gio from WFAN from the radio.
Oh.
And I don't know. Victoria's saying the spot is it's such a coveted spot. It's going to be
I wish he would have told me. Yeah, that's.
Well, is it with Boomer?
Yeah, well, that's the show. Is Gio and Boomer. So
But you got both of them?
I might be able, Mike. I might be able to get two.
Gio's definitely coming, and he's coming with Jerry Go, who is well, I don't know, Bob. He's definitely coming if we could get him the spot. It doesn't.
I thought he was already in.
Well, he's at the top of the list. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Yeah, but that's a big advocate for us. WFAN
spread a lot of love.
Completely dumb shit. They do.
That's a good one. That's a really, really good one. And before we move on, folks, just want to let you know that the Brilliantly Dumb Show is brought to you by the fine folks over at Fireflies. Are you buried under nonstop meetings and struggling to remember what was discussed or agreed to next steps? Fireflies is your AI teammate that keeps track of it all, from key takeaways to next steps. Fireflies keeps you organized, no more missed details or forgotten follow-ups. It's time to upgrade your AI note taker to be part of your team so your meetings can drive momentum. With Fireflies, you can capture notes, answer questions, or search the internet all in real time. Just say, hey, Fireflies, and bring your AI teammate to life. And right now, when you sign up for a yearly Fireflies subscription, you get your first 2 months free. Just go to fireflies.ai/dumb. That's right, 2 months free when you go to fireflies.ai/dumb. That's fireflies.ai/dumb. By the way, speaking with that, Jet, it does everything now. I haven't toyed around with it yet. I got a feeling I might have fun with it. He puts everything into this chat GPT now, like his diet plan or his workout plan. He put to where he said to me, like, if he's like, Bob, if you toyed around with it, you would be scared for society as far
Mikey
as
says it all the time.
But to that extent, like people are writing papers with it.
I mean, it's just, we're being phased out, Bob. Humanity is being phased. You're not going to have a need for any The problem I have with AI and all this stuff going on, number one, the obvious, like the robot aspect, like robots taking over, AI, like not shutting off when you want it to shut off. That's the obvious. That's the Terminator conversation. Like, how have you not seen this movie before? What are we doing? What road are we going down? But my second thing is, like, we're really taking out the element of having to think about anything. Like, humans don't have to figure anything out anymore. We could just punch it into a computer. It spits out the answer. Like, there's just no need to read, research. Now, listen, I'm not a Rhodes Scholar. I'm not sitting around writing, dissertations every week. I'm not reading encyclopedias every week. But the fact remains, like, there should be some kind of effort a human being has to undertake to accomplish things or find out things in life rather than just pumping it into a computer.
I do. Well, I always say this, like, remember before Google existed, like if somebody had a question, be like, what was the thing of this? And like, you had to collectively come together and figure something out because you couldn't look it up, like before the internet was on the phones and stuff like that. Like nowadays, people are going to become dumber because everything is hand served to you on a silver platter, which is the internet, which is now these kids in school, they don't even write their own papers. They have chat GPT.
Or they use the Joey D.
You know what? But you're gonna get the fraud.
B or better, get it for free. If it ain't a B, get it for free.
Yeah, if it isn't a B, you get it for free.
Get it for free. The Joey D special, man.
But the thing about that
What a
is
line,
you,
man.
you know what you have the disclaimer of the Joey D paper is you'd never get shot, you never get caught for fraudulent like cheating or scam. Whereas the Chat GPT, the teacher just put in a sentence
Mikey,
and you're
Joe,
fucked.
I asked Joe if he would, for baby D, I said, would you, being that like you were homeschooled after your experience, would you homeschool your son? And he said that he would. He's with where society's going,
Oh
and
yeah.
who knows what they teach now, but he said that he would homeschool. But
Well,
how do
you could do a hybrid homeschool now, Bob, apparently, where you do like a half in school, half at home.
so what do you think
Keep
the
the kid
benefits
closer to the chest, you know? Keep the
right?
cards close to the chest.
But what do you think
I
for
think it's close to the
you
best, but
the
the best is not the
benefit,
best. But that's
like with your homeschooling experience, like what benefit do you think you got at? Like what was the good part and what was the bad part?
Well, the good part for me is I was actually back then I was an athlete like trying to pursue a career of hockey, and I was able to go midday to goalie schools and personal trainers, and like I had all the freedom in the world. Oh, Mikey, let me tell you, I was
It
But
was
like,
the
who
real
calls it a
deal.
goalie school? Like, that's crazy. Is
oh
that
yeah, I had
it's not
goalie
like
camp,
it's not like goalie training. It's called a goalie school.
goalie school, goalie camp. Like I would have
Oh,
But these
goalie camp. Goalie camp.
the goalies that are in the school, don't they have regular school to go to?
some of them did. Most of like I'd say most of them did, but like I would have the
The
flexibility.
high end one, Bob's.
Oh yeah. My dad spent a fortune, God rest his soul. I always told
God rest
that's
his
I don't know why I said
soul.
gospel. I don't know why I said God rest his
Jesus
soul.
Christ, God forbid.
It's
God
not. I.
forbid we're putting
It's the
that
wrong.
man in the
It's a
ground.
wrong saying. It's a wrong. What should I have said?
You should have said God
I should have
bless
said
him.
God. God
God
bless
bless
him or
him.
God forbid. God forbid.
Okay,
So-
go ahead.
But
God
I
bless
always.
his soul.
But I did tell him when I used to play hockey. I said, Dad, one day I'm going to make the NHL and I'm going to buy you and Mom a nice house and it's going to pay for all of the training. Well, that never happened. Now I need to continue on the upward trajectory of the Brilliantly Dumb Show, Bob to Sports, so that maybe in 5 to 10 years that could be a reality. That would be very nice. But they sacrificed a lot for me to go to
Yeah.
the.
But right, but so that was the bet. What was the bad? What was the downside?
That was
you
the
think, to
most
it,
The
Dave?
downside is that I was
Yeah,
a
that
social,
answer was all.
the downside
I
is
don't
that I
even know what
was
the answer was, Bob.
I know.
the benefits were that I was able to have the freedom to go
Right.
train whenever.
Got it.
The downside is that I was socially inept. So that was the downside.
when I
It
talk-
took me a good year to get back into like the social system when I went back to school.
Mike,
What's that look for, Michael?
Year, Joseph. It might have taken a little more than a year, Joseph.
Well, listen, I like to think that my social awareness is pretty good. You don't think so?
No, I did. No, I
Why is Bob looking like that? You
I
don't
was
think-
waiting for
he
Mikey
always
because
does that. He always
Mikey
does
was
that.
going to
He
say
loves
something.
just to
I
you know,
wasn't.
I didn't do a damn thing.
I look
Mikey
at
was
Bob, he's
about
like-
to talk.
No, I wasn't. I
Yes, you were.
somebody's was clowning me there.
Bearzall, his best friend. First time I met Bearzall, fascinating to talk to him, just to like dig into the background of Joe. But he told me that his friends, that the Joe's crew, like that was at the bachelor, they used to say, "Oh, you invited DeMar," like, and Brian would be the one that would bring him
Who's
over.
an advocate? Yeah.
But they would say, "Oh, fuck, you invited DeMar." Like they didn't want him to come, and then they realized
My own friends.
That's so fucked up, Joe.
Well, you know what
Peter Fugel, Bob. You
Good
know
guy.
Peter.
I
Fugel.
like Peter.
Great guy.
He had to hate
Total
you, like-
asshole. We had a Canucks Stanley Cup game or like a playoff game. I went over to Bearzell's house. He asked, "Oh, who's all going?" He told him that I was going, and he did not come because I was there. He chose not to go rather than to go have a nice evening because I was I would have been in his presence.
Fugie's a ball buster. I like him.
But I
He's
do love
raw.
Fugel. Yeah, he's a one of one. But yeah. But listen, I'll put the hand up. I was socially, it took some time. But when Bearzall got to know me, he knew, there's a lot more than meets the eye with Joey D, man.
So what
I
do you think-
have a big heart.
When do you think it started to click for you socially?
Well, grade 11, I joined the high school football team, and so things started to go in the right direction there. And then grade 12, I took a turn from being like the all-knowing student, like highest grades. Like I still got honor roll in grade 12, but I became more of the class clown.
Sure.
And I kind of started to come into my own in grade 12. So it took about a year for sure.
Definitely coming to your own. There's no question about that.
So
And now, you know how long ago I graduated? I graduated 04, Michael. And next week,
me too.
Next week, I'm turning 39 years old.
We should do a
joint 40th for me and
correct. That would be the funniest.
Could you imagine?
I would love that. I think that we meet halfway in the middle between February and June, and there we go.
Yeah, Michael, I mean, we're almost 40, dude.
I know.
I'm turning 39 in a week.
I know, even. And I also.
Where has the time gone, dude?
It flies by, Joe. It flies by, and you can't capture it back. And I know we were bashing AI before, but I'm telling you who we're not going to bash is one of our good friends and our good sponsor over at IDOU. You ever felt stuck in your career and worried your team can tell? Jumpstart your growth with IDOU. Their online courses draw from design and innovation company IDEO's award-winning methods, and you can dive in whenever you're ready. There's never a bad time to transform your professional life. Listen, IDOU has a whole suite of AI and design thinking programs that show you how to combine AI tools. This is the right use of AI, by the way. There's a lot of bad uses. This is the right use of AI. AI tools with human-centered design to boost creativity, speed up insights, and solve problems in all new ways. Class starts soon, so enroll today. For a limited time, IDOU is offering our listeners 15% off site-wide. Go to IDOU.com/dumb. That's D-U-M-B. That's IDOU.com/dumb for 15% off. IDOU.com/dumb.
Very
Michael,
nice.
You look at a little flushed. Did you get some sun today?
Oh, I've been out in the sun, Joseph.
I
was out.
This guy looks red as a tomato, man.
I
was going to say something, but my God, you got really close on that ad read. And I could feel. Oh, my.
Bad, man.
That face.
It could be the lighting in here also.
Yeah, there's a little flush, but I'll tell you what. In order to get that skin to look a little bit better, why not go to our friends at Caldera Labs? Because you know what? If the skin looks flush, you can treat that. They got all the ointments, all the treatments that you can ask for. And guys, wouldn't you like to look a little bit better in the skin, a little younger, maybe get a few more compliments of your skin, or just feel more confident when you look in the mirror? That's exactly why Caldera Labs is here for you. Their high-performance skincare is designed specifically for men, simple, effective, and backed by science. All right? Here's the thing. It's got cutting-edge formulas developed by leading cosmetic chemists who specialize in men's care, skincare, rigorous R&D cycles. Every product takes years to develop, test, and perfect. If you don't love it, we don't release it. Skincare doesn't have to be complicated, but it should be good. Upgrade your routine with Caldera Lab and see the difference for yourself. Go to calderalab.com/dumb and use DUMB at checkout for 20% off your first order. Keep that
Very
skin.
good, D. Hey, P, I don't think it's a big deal because it's a possibly. You haven't heard this yet, Mikey. It would set the fucking world on fire. It's far from confirmed, but it might happen next year. Again, not guaranteed. Why don't you tell the folks?
No, you tell them, Bob.
So there is a chance. This is far from confirmed, but there is a chance that the Vancouver Canucks are going to do a breezy night where we go into their merch shops, like breezy.
Could you imagine, Michael?
Breezy sweatshirts with like the Canucks thing.
The official Canucks store merchandise
would be
man.
fucking.
Wow.
But it gets better, Mikey. It gets so much better. So
we get to call a game.
Well, that'd be cool.
But I think this might be even better.
Go ahead.
What they would do is to do the national anthem would be Joey D doing the national anthem at the Canucks. Would be the greatest thing.
That?
You would.
I actually believe I would kill it too.
Of course, I bet you do, D-man. I bet you do.
I do think I would crush it, man. I would give it everything I had, man.
Yeah, no, he really does. It would be fucking amazing. I'd be on that ice just with the camera just up in his fucking face, dude.
That would be sick, man. You know what? I would feel so much closer to the Canucks organization than I currently do right now as a disgruntled fan who has really been let down a lot. To be able to do something connected with the team would make me feel, closer and empowered.
They need
It might be enough to get them over the hump.
Dude, I'll be honest, Mikey, when we were at Yankee Stadium, when we were on the field and the players were coming over to us, that to me was the coolest thing. Like, I felt like we were fucking Spike Lee and Jay-Z. I mean, they were like, when we were at
Aaron
batting
Judge
practice-
came up to you guys?
Oh, you know damn well Judge did not come out to me.
He's unbelievable.
He knew exactly. Like, what a scumbag. Do you see what just took place there?
I know all the games, Bob. I've been a victim of all these games.
Oh, break. You always like to play the victim card,
I'm not
Michael.
playing a victim. I'm just saying I know your games, DeMar. I know. I know your games. You play a lot of games, Joseph. I like games.
I've been victim to these games. I ain't gonna lie.
Guy sounds like his whole life he's been in an absolute, like he came out like a prisoner of war.
Bob, he knows we didn't take he knows Judge didn't.
Well, correct. That is 100%.
You know, the only reason I do know that is because it would have been plastered all over Bob's Instagram if it had happened.
Correct. But it was cool the way they were coming over. It's like you felt connected.
Volpe for sure. Who else? Wells?
And then they lost 10 straight.
Weaver.
You know, and now they can't win a game.
Yeah, Weaver, that's a big one.
Weaver's a really
good. But you got to think that you got some infiltration in that dugout now.
It means that much more now. Yeah, it really does. And then since we
I'll tell you what, the season is over.
Yeah, since we've been to the Yankees, they've won 2 games. And
it started out so tremendously, and my God.
Listen, this is baseball, guys. This is baseball.
I can't do baseball, man.
This is baseball. Bob, you know as well as I do. And you know me, Bob, I'm a season's over kind of guy. That's the kind of guy I am. This is baseball. They're going to slump. Every team slumps. Every team goes into the hitters go ice cold. It happens.
This is when you're happy there's 162 games. Because
now today they won 9-0 or whatever it was. Now they scored 9 runs. We're fine. We're fine. I'm not panicked yet, Bob. I'm not panicked yet.
They got to make a move at the trade deadline.
You know what it is? I think everyone just needs to calm down. And my favorite way to calm down, I'll tell you about my favorite way to calm down.
Let's hear it, Michael.
Is with our friends over at Cornbread. If you,
by the way, this is the last, folks. For the folks, this is the last ad. This is the last. Yeah, we're gonna get fucking rocked. But go ahead.
Good spot. We're gonna be in more hot water than Michael's skin.
I think it's the lighting. Let's talk about calming down when you hear these ad reads. Let's talk about how you're going to calm yourself down. There's no better way to have a little relaxation, feel a little bit better, a little bit looser, a little bit more fun than with our friends over at Cornbread THC Seltzers. That's right. Have you heard that people now consume more cannabis drinks than alcohol? That's right. Maybe it's because there's no hangover. Whatever the reason is, Cornbread Hemp just launched these incredible THC seltzers. You guys know how much I need a drink that takes the edge off. All of us do, but that doesn't come with any guilt. Well, I found it. It's Cornbread Hemp's THC seltzers. Finally, a THC seltzer that tastes and feels amazing. Perfect for spring and summer. It's a low-calorie drink with only 30 calories and 5 grams of sugar, made with pure THC and all natural ingredients, no synthetics whatsoever. I'm telling you guys, I've had this. They'll put you in the exact place that you need to be. You won't be worried about the Yankees. You won't be worried about your skin. You won't be worried about anything. You'll only be worried about how good of a time you're having.
That's good.
Right now, Brilliantly Dumb Show listeners can save not 10%, not 15, not 20, 30%, guys, 30% on their first order and enjoy free shipping on orders of $75 or more. Head to cornbreadhemp.com/DUMB. That's dumb, and use code DUMB, as always, dumb, at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/dumb, code dumb. Cornbread Hemp. This is the good life.
Wow.
Okay, and that's all she wrote for the ad. So clap it up there, fellas.
All right.
That's it. Well, and now the lights stay on.
We have Gemini.
Gemini's already been.
Joe. You got to read the fine print, Joe.
Give him the old Gemini. No, but Michael, can you believe now 5 to 6 weeks away from Baby D coming?
Yeah, I'm so excited for Baby D. I'm so excited for Joe to be a dad. I'm like, I was talking to Nicole yesterday or today about that, and I'm so excited for you guys.
She went to the doctor. Apparently, the baby's in the perfect position. Things, health is through the charts.
Baby's perfect. Everything's perfect.
That kid's gonna be a stud. He's gonna be much better than his old man.
The old man does fine.
He's got big shoes.
I do like the idea of being able to now refer to myself as the old man. I think that's kind of cool.
It is. Bobby's got big shoes to fill, that baby, you think?
Yeah, 100%. Look what the D-man's done for himself. For real, Joe, I'm being dead serious. He's got big shoes to fill. It's
What
gonna
big
be
shoe?
weird. Well, for what you do, I mean, you have an unbelievable job. Like career wise, like you have a dream career.
Yeah,
Like
I would
that,
agree
you
with
know
that.
what I mean? It's
Like that
like
baby's like as that boy grows up, he's gonna be like, fuck, like, am I gonna be able to do this? Like, are we gonna? This is my idea, though. We really should, as long as Bob continues on the path that he's on, Joe. We get one
pass the
more boy.
baton.
If we get one more boy, we could pass the baton on the Brilliant.
That would be, could you imagine if
It would.
Bob does sports
We've never
brilliantly
seen
dumb?
a legacy podcast. We've
A
never
sequence,
seen.
a sequel of the ages.
But that's what I'm saying. We've never seen a legacy podcast where it's passed down father to son. If our three sons, if we had three sons and they picked this show up 20 years down the road.
Or how about we do it with our sons? We're a bunch of old guys just bitching and
Oh
complaining.
man, I mean the genesis of this show, Bob, it could be
Bob
unbelievable.
has said he would do till he's old.
I know
I'll
he
pump
said.
out kids till I get a boy, and then the Brilliant Dumb Show. I'll do the Brilliant Dumb Show till I die. Bob does sports. I won't
Wow.
do. Bob does sports. I won't do till I die. I could see Bob does sports
5 years.
years that not slowing down anytime soon. I would honestly go beyond 5 years. I think it comes down to if you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we
I
want.
mean, Bob, nobody's gonna be watching when I'm 50.
Well, no, I think they would. I think it'd be that much funnier if
I think
Cutsy
it
had
would
like
be,
a
the
gray
older
beard.
Joe gets, the more funny it's gonna
Yeah,
be.
for honestly, Joe, for you, yes. Like maybe if FP slows down, it wouldn't be have the same effect. But like, I don't think
I don't see him slowing
no.
down. This
No.
guy goes from Virginia to the Hamptons. Like,
Oh, he's
Crazy.
in Montauk now.
He's a
yeah, I'm
Montauk.
aware. I'm aware.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I don't even think you have to worry about that. But with Bob the Sports, maybe then it would get to a point where like we just have one video a month. Like rather than 6 videos a month, you put out just one banger a month. You know what I mean?
Like
But
a legacy video.
the Brilliantly Dumb Show, I would do. I literally think that I will end up doing. I think we will all end up doing.
It'll be better when we're older. The Brilliantly Dumb Show.
I think Brilliantly Dumb Show's at its peak. You know, we talked about it the other day, Joe. Like when I was doing it solo, it sucked. Like
Bob
trying
used to call me Sunday nights just freaking out. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like because you had to carry the show, Bob, for an hour
It's like
almost.
doing stand-up for an hour. Not to say that it was stand-up worthy, but I'm saying it was all comedy bits. So it's like writing bits for 45 minutes to an hour every single week.
It's
sucked.
much easier. It's much easier to just, you find the right chemistry of people, and then you just you have your riff back and forth, and you don't have to, like people ask. I mean, we really don't write anything for this show
No.
other than talking about the top fives and knowing our ad stuff. And other than that, it really is mostly just off the hip, other than like major talking points. I think that's better.
Yeah, I 100%.
But the transition of the show from Bob doing it solo to then Jersey Jerry coming on board, then Jerry left, Mikey came in. There was a minute where you and Mikey were just doing it solo, the two of you for a bit.
How many episodes did you think we did solo, Mikey? Because I feel like Joe came on pretty quick though.
A handful. Joe was on fast. Yeah, because
Yeah, he
originally
came in
it was
with
just
the
it,
DK.
when
Yeah, you guys were taking shots at me about the cigar in your.
Oh yeah.
What was that thing? The drainage pipe or whatever it was.
I didn't take a shot.
The electrical
No, Bob
box.
did the electrical box.
Oh, right.
And then you came on, and I said, Mikey, I could make picks too, and that's when I did the Metcalf. The Metcalf anytime touchdown. You scoffed at it.
It wasn't a touchdown. It was a yardage prop, but yeah.
He scored 3 touchdowns that game. Then I took Antonio Brown. Well, anyways, it escalated from there. And I do believe, and I told multiple people, like, I feel the three of us are just an adhesive glue. Like, it just works very well.
I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. And I think the biggest key to podcasts doing this stuff is consistency. And we have been so consistent. Now we put a lot of ads out. I know we take the heat on that front. But the thing that makes me live with it is the fact that we are very, very consistent. All the podcasts that I listen to, now they're all cringe podcasts. I listen to them for the wrong reasons. But the ones that I listen to, they are not consistent. They say, "Oh, we have this week. We're not putting out an episode this week." You got to keep firing.
We have not missed in a year and a half.
Well, even the Brilliant Dumb Show, Bob Does Sports hasn't missed in its entirety. There has never not been one Bob Does Sports. So it's just good consistency. Again, Big Cat set the tone for that with part of my take. They've been doing it so long. Don't miss any episodes.
Wait till that HQ opens up, Bobby.
Oh,
Bob HQ is going to be fucking.
I
Yeah,
Could
dude,
change the game,
We
man.
might need you to come down for something for like a
Well, that's the
Sunday.
goal. What I'm gonna do is put in a bed, Mikey, for when you do that. There's literally an office room
Wow,
that's a bed. So
that's a
in the
nice
editing,
touch.
dude, it is going to be like the real deal. I'm sparing
That's
no
going to be the
expense with
plan,
it.
Joe. We're just supposed to try and record live, monthly or bi-monthly and just rip a couple episodes and
Yeah.
see how it
Hopefully
goes.
it goes better than the time we tried changing it up that one time.
Oh my
But this would be
God.
different.
Yeah.
We got eviscerated.
I know that's when D-Man went off on.
Yeah, it went off at the faithful, but you know what? What I think the thing is sometimes you got to recognize that we were trying to elevate and improve the show, and rather
Yeah.
than see that, we just got killed because we didn't do a Zoom.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got crushed.
I think it was because it was still a Zoom, but it was a Zoom, but just two guys together and one guy not.
Yeah.
Maybe now with all three of us, it would really have like a one camera focused, really good quality production. Like I think it will do a lot better than that. I think it will do well.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I don't think people would have an issue with that. I think they would actually really prefer that.
Yeah.
Sometimes with the Zoom too, like one of us is laughing, and if another person's talking, the Zoom focuses in on who's talking or the louder one, so you can't even hear the other person laugh. It would be a good move. But without further ado, let's go on into buy or sell.
No. Ask Bob.
No, Ask Bob comes after buy or sell.
Does it really?
Yeah, we've been doing, not that it matters. It doesn't matter. Actually, maybe. Well, yeah, I think we've been mixing it up. But if you want to do Ask Bob, we could do Ask Bob now. If you want to start with that.
I have a nice question to ask Bob this week.
Okay.
I'm very excited about
People
it.
are hard on you guys for the
They
questions.
are.
People,
Yeah, they are.
I think
People
they-
were ripping Mikey for his question last week. Like I had a couple guys be like, "Yo, what was that? That was ridiculous." I was like, "Okay, well, it is the Ask Bob is still a new. It's still a new segment. We're still feeling
I think
and getting a good grip on it. You know,
I think what it is they're so excited to see me get fucking look like a jerk off.
Yeah, they hate
That-
when you answer the questions right. They're haters.
For sure.
Oh,
They-
they're rooting against you, Bob.
They are rooting. They want to get that rush that they got with the mammals. Like when I had the mammals, like that had to be. Yeah, a lot of people said that at the Breezy. That was talked about a lot.
The old crustacean mammals.
No
Yeah.
excuse, dude. No fucking excuse.
Well, I would like to lead the charge here
Sure,
with
can you-
Ask Bob this
but
week.
ask for that music, D-Man.
EA, set the music. All right, Bob. So this week for the Ask Bob segment, I would like to ask you to name me, all right, the 4 presidents that are listed in Mount Rushmore. The Mount Rushmore presidents. If you could tell me who those 4 presidents.
Dude, there ain't no way, bro. There ain't no fucking way, dude. There ain't no. Listen, if Bob, I think Bob will get one. I think he'll get one.
4 presidents, answer as many as you
He'll get
can.
one. Actually, maybe he'll get 2.
Well, George Washington take off the board. That's the
There we go.
obvious.
Very good, Bob. That's
But
one.
now that Mikey, this is not my final answer, but with Mikey, with you saying that, because like I was gonna say, and this is not my answer, I'm not gonna take it. With you saying that Abe Lincoln can't be on there, I was gonna say Abe Lincoln, but you know that I would have got that, I would think. So I'm not putting Abe
We're
Lincoln
giving you
on
Abe
there.
Lincoln. We're giving you Lincoln because Lincoln is 1. There's no way to get around it. You can't eliminate a guy that's on it. So Abe Lincoln is 2. Yes, that's why I
You
said I
just
thought
gave him the answer.
because he was going to guess Abe Lincoln. He was going to guess Abe Lincoln.
Oh, Mikey,
then
they're
he
gonna
just-
be Mikey. They're gonna be.
He just said
upset,
because of
man.
that you
That
he
that
just said,
Mikey, they are gonna be very.
you just
very,
gave him one of
I
the
think Mikey.
He was-
I think it's
Bob,
in
were
your
you
best
gonna- wait,
interest.
this might be our first Ask Bob. This might be the committee here. It's got to be somewhat
Time out.
involved.
They're gonna
here, Bob.
be pissed, Mikey.
Oh
Bob.
my!
Bob, did you not say that you would have guessed Abe Lincoln?
Yeah, but he said because you said it's not.
But,
Yeah,
but that's why I have to give him Lincoln because I shouldn't have said anything from the jump because that's not fair.
You got to
think
let him
to say
talk through
Lincoln-
that.
Yeah, I think it's in your best interest, Mikey, to just fire that hand on up.
Oh no, I'll fire my hand up. I just said I shouldn't have said anything to begin with.
Yeah,
You
it
were
threw me
gonna
for a
guess-
little bit.
Right,
I was,
right.
but then hearing you say that,
He can't handle Joe. He cannot handle psychological warfare when it comes to like talking
Oh,
about the
don't
person.
make this
Oh, it's true.
about Mikey.
Oh, true.
You talk about a guy
I went hand up.
who you were begged to go hand up. You got it.
Oh,
I went hand up before you
oh,
begged.
the
Maybe I
great
can. Maybe I can't handle that. You can't handle criticism. Is what you can't handle. Okay,
I can
that's
handle
what
the
you can.
criticism. I asked
no,
for
you
the
can't.
criticism. I want it.
Yeah,
Give me the
yeah.
criticism.
Yeah.
I want it.
yeah.
Oh,
Either
my
you either get
That is
blocked.
one of the presidents on Mount Rushmore. It's President criticism.
Yeah, you either. Yeah.
All right. So okay.
Oh,
so
I will block. I mean, I will block people online.
You're either gonna get blocked, or it's we're being too hard on me. I'm getting it's not fair. It's a pretzel job.
Oh God! There's gonna be some.
To turn that to me
Gotta
is
get
crazy.
No. I said that I'm giving Bob Lincoln because he said he would have guessed Lincoln had I not said anything at the beginning. So that's why I'm saying that's my fault. I shouldn't have said anything.
Okay.
So I'm going to give him Lincoln and Washington. That's it.
Right.
Now, is he going to get the other two guys? There's absolutely there's no chance.
No.
Do you have like a guess, Bob?
That's what I'm just trying to think of. I'm trying to. Here we go. There we go.
All right.
Let me throw Teddy Roosevelt up there.
Whoa!
Is that right?
That's one of them.
That is.
Oh,
So bang. So bang. There you go.
all
I can't
That
believe
feels
that.
great.
That is
That's hard to
unbelievable.
believe. Hard to
All
hard to
right,
believe.
Bob, there's one more. If you get this one, Bob, I am going to be very impressed.
I got my guy. I don't know if it's it, but I got my guy.
We're going to need a final answer out of you. It's got to be a one and done. Because you're on the precipice.
I'm not going to try and rattle off another 10.
Well, you got one from Mikey, so you're going to one.
You know what I mean, Bob? You know what I mean, though? You
What?
know what I'm saying?
Give me the old better and agains. One and done, Bob. If you get this, this would be Mikey. I think this would be as impressive as the
This would be
Pythagorean
huge.
theory.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
This would be a monumental moment.
Listen,
This would be the Mount Rushmore of Ask Bob.
If he nails the last one, I will. My jaw. My jaw.
I got my name. I got my
Okay.
guy.
All
but
right.
If it's off, it's really off to the point where
I gotta tell you, that makes me.
Oh,
feel like
that makes me very excited.
Yeah.
to the point where I'm starting to wonder if this guy was even a president. If I'm being honest.
I want the answer, Bob.
I know who it
Unfiltered.
is. I know who it is.
Do you?
I'm
Wait,
gonna,
wait, wait.
I'm gonna text Joe. Who my guess is. And Joe, if I'm correct, just show the.
I'll show the phone. Yeah.
If,
Watch
if I'm correct.
watch. I said like Mitt Romney.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I texted Joe, so go ahead, Bob.
I got my guy, and my guy.
Okay. I like that, Mike.
My guy is gonna be Al Gore. Oh my God! No, dude.
Gore.
Oh no! Oh no! I knew I shouldn't have fucking said it.
Gore, Bob.
I knew I shouldn't have fucking said it. Who the fuck is Al? Who the fuck is Al Gore?
A fucking nobody, pal.
Who is Al Gore?
Al Gore
He's
was
the
never even a
global- he's the
president.
He'll go down as the global warming guy. That's what he'll go down as. That is. Now, Bob, I gave you more credit than I should have. I texted Joe that you were going to guess Ben Franklin. That's who I thought you were going to guess. I thought you were going to guess Ben.
Oh, it was Thomas Jefferson. Oh, Al Gore's never even been a president.
Not to mention, like Mount Rushmore was built before he was even alive. Now I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. But I bet.
Oh,
it would be
Mount
around the
Rushmore is
same
old, dude. It's way.
been around a
Al
while.
Gore
Right?
was running for president. It was
Okay,
against-
so hold on. Al Gore did run for president.
Oh,
yeah,
he
but
did.
he didn't
Okay.
get president. He wasn't
No.
elected.
All right, that makes me feel better. But it's
That was against. That was against.
why.
Oh, that was against
Yeah,
Bush.
no,
He ran
no.
against Bush, right?
Mount Rushmore was completed in 1941. Now, that was World War II time. There was no way Al Gore was alive yet. That's tough. That's tough. But Bob, you know what? We press on. We press on. That's all right.
I was thinking, I was like, you got to go crazy, like a name that I don't know why the fuck. And you know what sucks is I was gonna do so good. I mean, I was gonna come
Oh,
out.
you were on fire.
Even if I
When you
guessed
said
it wrong,
Teddy Roosevelt, it was great.
I know. Even if I guessed that fourth name wrong, I would have been fine.
If you had given any old
Al
president,
Gore.
you would have been in the clear. Al Gore is a wild. This is why we do the Ask Bob, man.
This is why we play though. I mean, that was. I got to be honest, Bob. The last name I was expecting was Al Gore. That was the last name. I thought some wild things were going to come out. I thought you were going to give like a more modern president. I thought you were going to say JFK. Like I thought maybe you'd say JFK,
or even if he said like Reagan or something. Like I mean, it would have been at least
Reagan.
Yeah.
He said Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
I am not in the position right now to make fun of anybody.
I pronounce things.
Bro, people, that's one of the worst fucking.
That's up there with the mammals. It's not as bad.
I don't know, man. It feels like it's worse. Oh,
I don't know. I don't think
it's not worse than mammals. No.
Al Gore was not a president.
He ran against George Bush and he did not win.
Okay, so that's terrible because that's
wasn't that the recount, Michael? That was the recount of all the votes.
God, bro, that is so fucking
Bush, Gore. What year?
It was like 2000 something, I think.
I wish I could tell you where it came
from.
Or
it was probably around 2000, maybe before.
Was it?
It was after Clinton.
Yeah, it was after. It was definitely after Clinton. It was definitely after Clinton. So the last election, 24, 2016 Trump, 14.
It was in 2000. It was in 2000.
Obama. Okay, 2000.
It was 2000. Yeah, against George W. Bush. Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
You sure you want?
I don't know where that came from, man.
Well, Michael's going to ask you about who wrote the Harry Potter books, so you'll be okay, Bob.
Great. By the way, that's a great question. That's a great question.
J.K. Rowling.
There you go, Bob.
There you go, Rowling. All right, Mikey. Fuck me, man.
Very good. Very good.
All right, I got to hear what Mikey says here.
All right, let's see here. I have it written down.
So Bob, dejected from that, bro. It's like blowing a 30-point lead.
You know what it was? It's like you had an unbelievable game going up there, and you got the last shot, and you threw an air ball. You threw it over the basket,
bro. I don't know what made me think Al Gore. I don't know. It's so bad.
What I will give you credit about is you said it with tenacity and vindication.
Yeah, that's
so where if you would have got it right, you would have been a hero.
I know. I was going just so out of the box, which clearly that was out of. I feel like I just blew a 30-point lead, and we're in overtime right now, and I have no momentum. Go ahead, Mikey. God.
Okay, Bob. I know I've asked you a planet question before, and I think you did very well with it. You did very well with it.
Not as good as Dom.
No.
What is the largest planet in our solar system?
Oh, yeah.
Largest in our solar system.
Oh my God, I have no fucking clue.
Take a stab at it.
Why don't you give him a couple guesses?
No. I'll take a stab.
Choice.
I'll go Mars.
No, it's Jupiter, right?
Yeah. Yes, Joe, it is Jupiter. Yeah, it is Jupiter. He's very proud that he knew that. But
Dom,
I
know
that.
I don't know if Dom would know that.
That would be wildly impressive. I don't know. How do you know that, Joe? Was that taught?
I mean, it's
it's taught.
Yeah, it's like That's all right.
That's not an easy question, though.
Yeah, that was tough. Listen,
I've been getting crushed that I'm not turning up the heat on Bob.
Yeah.
I know, but Mike, you got to find that equilibrium there.
You know what? They're not going to give you. You guys got everything.
The Mount Rush. That's one of the Mount Rushmore of Ask Bob questions. That's up there.
No,
that and the mammals.
That mammals. Yeah, that's. Also, the hydrogen oxide was very good too.
Oh, good.
I like that.
Man, dude, I was feeling myself. I was like, I said, you got to go so out of the box.
I can't believe he got. I couldn't believe that.
Teddy Roosevelt was a great one.
I could not believe it.
By the way,
to the point when he got that, I thought I thought he might get. I thought maybe he's going to say Jefferson.
Thinking that I was going to put Benjamin Franklin's pretty funny because that's a guy that wouldn't be a president that I would say if it was. I couldn't even tell you what Al Gore looks like. I just had that name in my head.
I have
He's
such
a global
good
warming
question.
guy.
I have such a good question for next week.
Next week.
Write it down. Write it down. Write it down.
Next
All
week.
right.
The guy's been through enough.
Yeah, yes. No, yes.
That was so bad. I could have, even if I got it wrong, just
But
a normal.
I will say this, Bob.
Oh.
I think the Ask Bob segment of this show has potential. If the podcast is not going as well, or it's not as much of a heater, that one segment with just a viral moment like that could send the episode off the charts.
Like you with a blow up in a Bob Does Sports episode.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Bro, we there's been times we've had
the
an
other day,
episode.
Mikey chucking the putter.
I
I'm an
did.
absolute menace.
There's been
man.
times where it's like, oh man, like I'm thinking to myself, it's not a great episode. And then he duck hooks one and then shanks one and he gets a blow up and it's like, we're back. Like it's amazing. Fuck. All right. We're going buy or sell. I will start with a sell of myself. And then I'm gonna sell. Look, they're playing good now and kick the shit out of Yankees. I'll give them credit. I don't think we had talked about the Devers trade.
Oh man,
This was a guy who
did he just homer against the Red Sox today?
Yeah, he was a Yankee killer. It is like seeing prime David Ortiz go across the country and we never have to worry about him again. I am so shocked that the Red Sox traded him. I was so happy. Like, I might have said it to you, Mikey, like, the Yankees got the shit kicked out of them by the Red Sox. No question. They have their number this year, but I would have taken that sweep to know that we do not have to worry about this guy again. I mean, they couldn't get him out. Clearly, he was a cancer in the locker room, but figure it out because I think he is one of the most dangerous hitters in all of baseball.
Him and Mookie Betts. I mean, could you imagine?
It looked like the return. Yeah, after the Mookie Betts, I can't believe. I really find it very similar to the Doncic trade for the NBA. I couldn't believe. I called my dad because my dad knows like the farm system, he knows all that shit. And apparently the pitchers they got, like I think they have a +4 ERA. They did get a good prospect, but they got the contract. It's crazy to me. I couldn't believe it. I was so happy. I texted in the digest. I was over the moon that they did it. Couldn't believe it. Clearly there was something going on in the locker room, but it's one of those things with the Doncic. It almost feels like they were so quick to get rid of him that if you told teams that Devers is on the trading block, you gotta think that you could get some. I mean, if they would never sell to the Yankees, but you could have gone to the Yankees and the Yankees would have given up. I can't believe how bad.
A lot of teams would have given up a king's ransom for him.
Oh, it's crazy. I was so happy.
Yeah.
I mean, you said Mookie, Xander Bogaerts.
Oh, well, Bogart's left in free agency, right?
He's struggling now.
This team just,
But yeah,
it's like they just, I mean, I don't know. Boston fans were livid. I'd be livid. He's facing the franchise type player. I know things weren't going well in the locker room. I get that. He didn't, once they brought in Bregman from Houston, there was like that whole thing. Oh, he wasn't going to play this position, wasn't going to, but still, like you have a Yankee killer like that, like Bob said, he's a great player. Like he's a great player. There's no question about it. So, yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know any Red Sox fan that was happy about it. And any Red Sox fan that was happy about it kind of went under the whole guise of, well, locker room. Okay, he's problem in the locker room. But end of the day, you want the best player you could possibly have, and he's that guy.
Mikey, was it not like when he would face the Yankees and he just had their number? I mean, they just couldn't get the guy out. It was.
I mean, look, there's certain guys that always just felt like it always feels like they have the Yankees number. And he was one of those guys. And before him, like Bob had mentioned, you never wanted to see Ortiz or Manny Ramirez. I mean, they were great players regardless. But they were just, guys that you didn't want to see come to the plate. There's guys on other teams who do that to certain teams. They're killers of other teams for whatever reason it is.
Yeah.
And that's the way Devers was.
Granted, they've won. I mean, they're playing good. They're closing in on the Yankees, but I just don't fear them nearly as much without that guy in the lineup. It's just, is crazy. I've never been so shell shocked at a trade like that. I was shocked, but sorry, I just
No,
very
it's good.
excited
no,
about
that's
it.
right. That's right. It's a
So
good sell.
happy.
It's a good sell.
Mikey, take it away.
Yeah, this week I'm actually I'm gonna buy something. It's a very random thing, but I'm gonna buy the process of knighting. You know, when guys get knighted, you know, I really I think if I could pick one thing that I would want more than any other accolade in the world, Joe, I'm being serious. You're laughing. There's something to be said about people who could live the rest of their life with Sir in front of their entire name, Sir Paul McCartney. You know,
Yeah.
there's something very special to be said about people that get knighted. And somebody had just
Do you
got
think you're
knighted.
night worthy, Michael?
Not yet. Not yet. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Like, what is the big, like, what would have to be the crowning accomplishment?
Wouldn't it
I
be
don't
like
know.
getting the keys to the city, which that's the most ridiculous thing of all time, but wouldn't that be that?
It's to
I
that
think it's
extent.
bigger. It's bigger than
Bigger
that.
than that?
Isn't
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins knighted
Yeah,
too?
Sir Anthony Hopkins. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I mean, when you put the Sir in front of the name, man, it really like it's fucking
Sir
awesome.
Bobby Fairways.
I got to be honest.
Let me tell you, if
if
somebody's
told-
going to get knighted, it would be Bob.
If
Yeah.
you told me right now, Mike, you have a choice. You could get Dr. Michael Villani or Sir Michael Villani. I'm taking Sir.
Really?
Yeah, because not, how many
It's rare.
people
It's
have
more
been
rare.
knighted, Joe? How many people have been knighted?
It's rare.
I want to be knighted, Bob. One day. I'd like to be knighted. I think it would be a cool thing.
I think the keys to the city thing, it's like it's cool, but it's like the keys to the city thing is like the most ridiculous.
is.
Like, what the fuck does it mean? Like, Elon Musk got a key to the White House. I bet you that key don't work. You know what I
No,
mean?
They
it
Like,
changed
doesn't.
the locks, Bob.
yeah.
Changed the locks.
All right, D man.
Well, Bob was talking about a Boston really stud athlete. I'm going to talk about another one
Martian.
who left. I'm buying Brad Marchand. Now, this is a guy who I have hated for a long time. He literally destroyed my Canucks in 2010, 2011 when they won the Stanley Cup. I hated him. I thought he is the kind of player that you just cannot stand if he's not on your team. I got to tell you, the Bruins getting rid of this guy was the final crowning piece to getting the Florida Panthers their second consecutive cup, because he was unbelievable throughout the Stanley Cup playoffs. He looked incredible, like scoring goals. Like the guy is, towards the end of his career, he looked unbelievable.
That Florida team is a unit, bro.
Amazing,
But the goals
bro.
that he would score, the breakaways, the moves, he looked unbelievable. And then on top of that, to see this guy just partying, taking shots at his old team, going off. I got to be honest. I can't hate him anymore. I think I kind of love this guy. He's been an absolute, just a total beauty. And I think it's taken 14 years, but the hate is finally rubbed off. And I got to tip my cap to him. He's unbelievable.
You sound like me with Aaron Rodgers. That's kind of how I felt with Rodgers once he finally left Green Bay. I kind of finally was able to just accept the fact that he's just how good he is, and that's admiration.
I watch him at 11 going off. He's got a cowboy hat on. I mean, he's just hysterical.
By the way, they partied for like
3 days, 4 days.
I was talking to, now Rhodes' good friend is the wife of
Verhaeghe.
Yeah, we used to be with her at Action Park, and she was telling us
Carter Verhaeghe or
Carter.
She said, like, when they won the last year, she said they party for like 2 weeks straight. Like they go for like 2, and you know what? Like when you heard I'm probably gonna get it wrong, Kachuk, like talking of how he was hurt, like they deserve it. It's crazy,
a grind, man.
Dude, it gave me such a good perspective watching a lot of the Stanley Cup, but then going to and I got so into it, watching them win and them all go around with the cup. Like they just, the hockey guys, they never complain. They're just tough as nails. They're likable. There's really no divas, like, and then they just
it's like the opposite of the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, it's to a degree, it's true.
I want to make a statement. I want to make a timestamp recorded Saturday, June 21st, the year 2025 of our Lord. I would like to predict that I believe that hockey is going to be the next, like, I feel like hockey is on the precipice of an explosion into popularity the way that YouTube golf has exploded.
Or UFC.
I think that yes, UFC's there already.
There,
But
yeah.
I'm saying
YouTube
UFC
golf
took
is
that
there
jump.
already. I think that hockey is the next one. I think that
It could
hockey,
be.
I
Could
really
be.
do. I really do because I was so as a kid who did not grow up watching hockey, my father could give two shits about. Just wasn't a hockey house that I grew. For me to be as captivated as I was by that sport, and not just me, because I've had responses from so many. I think hockey's on that precipice, Bob.
And
I
you
think
don't
that's
really
gonna
have
be the
like a
next explosion. I
designated team,
believe that.
Michael. You don't have like a diehard team
Yeah,
that you cheer for.
I know.
So it makes a difference when you have a team and like a horse in the race. It's
Dude, it was even too like if you just bet it, this was
Oh,
really
betting
Oh,
is so fun. Betting
no,
hockey, betting hockey to me, Bob, I swear to God, is the second best. Soccer is,
after football.
I like soccer, but underneath football, I'm putting hockey on the tier with college basketball and soccer. It's right there. It's right underneath football for me. I
Well,
love
with the overs in hockey, you could have like a 1-1 game, and all of a sudden there's two empty netters.
You know what I think is the
back-to-back goals.
biggest,
It's like
what I think is the biggest sucker bet of all time, though, that I could never do
What's that?
is to bet +1.5 is insane to me. Like you might as well
Oh,
just
the
take the money
dog?
line. Yeah,
Yeah.
because then
Take a money line.
to sweat out the empty net is
No.
fucking insane. Like, and on the other side of it, I think -1.5 is the greatest bet because you get the good odds for it. Like, I just couldn't imagine sweating that out.
But the +1.5, if you, you're right, Michael. If you think that they are going to be in it that close, you might as well just go
Might as well
money
just
line.
take them. Yeah, you might as well just take them.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
like
'cause-
Bob said, and that I agree with Bob completely. On the flip side, -1.5, you get such good odds. And if the
Right.
team you genuinely think is just a better team, if they're going to be up a goal or two, and the other team pulls the goalie, you get that insurance goal. I mean,
It could even be tied in the third
empty
period. They
netters
could-
were flowing like water in
Oh.
the playoffs. It was every.
Yeah.
Well, how about Game 6, the last game of the Stanley Cup Finals? How many?
I thought there were going to be three or four empty night goals.
And
Reinhardt.
Reinhardt scored 4 goals.
Eventually,
was
they just stopped.
crazy.
Eventually, they just put the goalie back in.
Yeah, because it was over.
I had the over, and they stopped
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So annoying.
But
I
also
thought it was
too,
gonna
when you see
backdoor
like McDavid and them in the locker room of how bad they wanted to win, I mean, they were just dejected.
devastating,
I
yeah.
do feel bad. I do feel bad for McDavid. I
Yeah.
I kind of really wanted to see him and Draisaitl win. I just felt like he deserves to get one, Joe.
I
He does.
ended up finding myself really pulling for the Panthers. I just love
you're
them.
there.
When you go,
You're there.
when you go
Yeah.
in there at the home stadium, they're going nuts.
Yeah,
And it's just it's a vibe, man. It's fun.
yeah. It's unbelievable.
They could win next year too, Michael. You might want to put a future on them to win next year.
That's the sickest fucking part of it is that Florida's just owned professional hockey for like the last 5-6 years because the Lightning before them were winning Stanley Cups too. It's insane.
Yeah.
Florida's like the hockey state. It's crazy.
We haven't talked to in a while, D, and he was part of that Lightning brand.
I talked to him the other day.
Oh, did you?
Well, he had a baby, and so I congratulated him. And he's staying in Tampa now.
Alex Killorn, but he's plays for Anaheim though still.
Yeah,
right?
but he lives in Tampa, and that's
Dude,
where
that
he
is
stays.
one of the you talk about aura. Like it was Joe Burrow at the UFC and Alex Killorn when we were at the bar with him and Mayfield at in
Baker
Lake
Mayfield,
Tahoe.
yeah.
The aura from Killorn was fucking. That guy is
He's a good-looking dude.
stallion. Sure is. Holy
good-looking dude.
shit. Cool guy too. man.
And by the way, he's a great golfer.
We
Like,
should do you know
he
what's funny?
he almost won. He was in the running to win that ACC championship that year.
We should do for one top 5 best looking pro athletes. Yeah.
Boom.
We're not above it. It's funny.
By the way, Mikey, you won last week.
Pulisic.
Yeah, it's about time.
Pulisic was saying that we played me, Joe, Pulisic, and Charlie Woods.
Good guy.
And he said it was so funny. He loves the Brilliantly Dumb show. And he mentioned that Joe put him, he was just casually listening to it. And Joe had put him for the top 5 people to date,
Your
which
sister.
was really fun. And by the way, yeah, for your sister D, me and Joey D taking another one home. We have won for guys who all we did was lose. We have won, I think, our last 10
6?
matches.
7?
Yeah, we keep winning money matches. It's amazing. We've been dialed. All right, let's go into the top 5. Mikey V took home the father top 5. Took it home, and he was first. Joey D made actually a late charge. I thought Mikey was running away with it.
Yeah,
Mikey called out
He
Mikey
made a
called
late-
all the dads to give him the vote, so that helps.
What?
He's saying that your story led people to go vote. That's what stole the vote.
Listen, I'm not.
No, it's
I'm
tough to sell
happy.
that when every week you tell me the little engine that could, the little guy that could, the little people out
I said I started off by saying I'm happy to see you hit a
the little corner of the world, the voiceless. It's,
While they're small, they're strong.
see, Bob. You see, Bob.
By the way, the judge stunt that he pulled today was the craziest.
Dirty, but
That
then you
was
turned that
fucking
on me. You
rough,
turned that on
dude.
me. You turned the whole thing
Yeah, that
about
was wild.
about me with criticism. He went into a whole.
Oh, that's gonna sit with him. That's gonna sit.
See, this is the problem. You can't even say anything. You can't say anything.
No, because it's safer. But you do, Mikey. You'll get when you get, and then Mike will go, "Oh, I'm just breaking balls."
I will say this. I will say this.
I'm bright red because of the sun, Bob.
I will say this.
I understand. I don't think it's the sun.
I will say this. Mikey has taken probably the most shots. Well, after me, for me, I dish out more shots to Mikey than anyone else. So I will say that.
I dish out the most. I don't even know what goes on the show anymore. There's a lot of shots being thrown every which way.
Yeah, and you know what? It makes the show better.
That's right.
That's what it's all about.
At the end of the day, it does numbers.
Okay, so tell them what the top 5 is.
So top 5 is going to be. I just threw this in.
Bob,
I don't know.
top 5.
Yeah, I don't know where this came from. It was the first thought that I had.
I saw it on Twitter. Somebody did put this on Twitter. I saw it.
Did they really?
I'm pretty sure. I could have sworn I seen this somewhere. I saw it somewhere.
I didn't get it from Twitter. I just thought of it. It's not a great one. It's not a bad one. Top 5 lefties. Top 5 sports athletes lefties. Mikey, where would you like to select?
I think I'm just gonna go number 1.
Mikey's gonna go 1. Joe, where would you like to go?
I'll go 3.
Okay, Joey did 3. Mikey, take it away.
I'm gonna be on the phone because I don't have the pen and paper with me right now.
That's fine.
I'm gonna go Babe Ruth number 1.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go Lionel Messi.
Leo Messi. Okay, good one, Bob. I'll go with Phil Mickelson.
Sure.
And then I'll swing it back with Michael Vick.
Wow.
Mikey Vick.
I did not see that coming from Cutsy Boy.
He's just a stud, man.
He is. I think you could have got him late, but it's a cool pick.
It's a cool pick for sure.
Cool
I just
pick.
never saw it coming ever in a million years.
I think you could have got that late, D. But
Think
God,
so?
yeah, for sure. Were you gonna take him anytime soon, Mikey?
I'm not gonna lie to you, he was in my head, but I wasn't
Late.
gonna go second. Yeah, probably late.
I didn't know. He's just electric. I got it.
I'm gonna go give me Barry Bonds.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Wayne Gretzky.
Sure.
A good one.
And then on the way back, hold on one second. I'm trying to catch up with writing these down. Gabriella's crying outside. I am gonna go with Randy Johnson.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna go with. I wanted this one, Rafael Nadal.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, I wanted that one.
I was gonna take him. Okay, so I got 2 now. Give me Diego Maradona. And then I will go. I'm gonna go with Ken Griffey Jr.
Robert?
Okay. You can go ahead and lock me in for Steve Young.
That's a great pick.
Thank you, sir. I like the list I got right now. I just can't fuck it up.
Him, yeah. Nadal was good. I was gonna take him if you didn't take him there. I would have had him.
Yeah, I had a feeling he was about to go.
All right, I'm going to take back to back. I'm going to go. Give me the Splendid Splinter. Give me Ted Williams, and then my final.
Yo, I had no idea that was his nickname.
The Splendid.
I had no idea.
Great nickname, man.
Great nickname.
Really
I had no idea.
The Splendid Splinter.
The Splendid Splinter, Joseph. And then actually, I'm going to go into the boxing arena. I'm going to It's just I'm up in
There's
the.
two.
I know. It's between De La Hoya and Pacquiao.
I
I'm
know.
gonna take Pacquiao. I'm gonna
I
take.
like that.
That's the right pick. Um, it's my last pick here, right?
Is Bob said he
you and
liked
then
this
me.
list. I got to tell you, I love my list too, man. I really do.
Yeah, dude, any like even last week's I had no idea. I thought I had a shot last week.
Yeah,
I thought
I
last
got
week was
rocked.
fishing, golfing, and wrestling and tailgating that I had a real strong
all the
push.
dads were like, Joe, you don't rest when you're a dad. They're not wrong. You don't get a lot of rest. It's very true, but you'll see soon, Joseph. You'll see soon.
I got an army coming, Michael.
You
An
do.
army of nannies and
Jeez.
caretakers.
Jeez.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna be on the road, man.
Yeah, but what about when you're home though?
Well, when I'm home, I'll still have help, but I'll be there.
You ain't
I'll
gonna,
be there, lock, stock, and barrel.
you ain't gonna wake up and shit. You're gonna wake up in the middle of the night when
No, because Nicole's not going to do the bottle. It's going to be breastfeeding. So
Oh no, that I
You're
didn't
not
wake up either in the
you're
middle
not
of the
gonna have a nanny overnight, are you?
there's one on call.
For
There's
the
a post doula, postpartum doula for overnight. Yeah, if she's on call, so if I need her, I can call her in.
do you
It's an expensive one. I'm not going to be doing.
yeah.
But regular week it'll be like 4 or 5 days a week.
On-call nanny?
Yeah,
That's
for a night nurse.
Hey,
Yeah,
Bob, super nice piece.
That's a nice piece.
nice
That's a
piece.
really, really nice piece.
Super nice piece.
Okay, go ahead and give me.
work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Give me Sandy Koufax.
All right.
Facts. Joseph, last pick of the day to close out the Brilliantly Dumb show, sir.
Give me the Argentinian sensation Manu Ginobili with my last pick.
Okay.
I love that.
I always thought
pick.
Ginobili was Italian, and then I found out he was Argentinian, and that I was upset.
It's wild to know that he was a 6-man.
He's
that's the
unbelievable.
greatest.
By the way, I got him at a last pick. That's pretty good too.
Insane. All right, recapping the lists. I had the first pick, so I got Babe Ruth, Wayne Gretzky, Randy Johnson, Ted Williams, Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, that is good. That is good.
Bob's got Lionel Messi, Barry Bonds, Rafa Nadal, Steve Young, Sandy Koufax. His first three are extremely strong.
Yeah.
Very strong 3 out of the gate. I think I'm better all around, but Bob's top 3 is
top 3 is great.
Joe has Mickelson, Lefty himself, Mike Vick, Diego Maradona, Ken Griffey Jr., and Manu Ginobili.
I think it's going to become between me and you, Mikey.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah, I do.
Joe, how do you believe you're going to hold up this week?
Not to say Joe can't win. I mean, there's been.
Again, I think I have a strong list overall. I do think your guys like top power hitters are pretty dominant.
Mikey's got the depth. I've got the power.
I was very surprised Gretzky went past Joe. I thought Joe for sure was taking Gretzky. I did not think there was a chance.
I thought I would get Nadal. That kind of threw me off.
That was a sneaky pick by Bob. That was a good pick.
If I had the top 3, if I had Mickelson, Vick, and Nadal, I would have felt really strong about it.
Should I have gone with Bill Russell over Sandy Koufax?
I don't know if Russell hits like that.
Oscar De La Hoya, Bobby Orr, Tony Gwynn was another one.
Bobby Orr was another big one. Yeah.
I got
Tony Gwynn.
who was a lefty? That would have been cool to put Anderson Silva.
Oh yeah.
That would have been cool. I know. I was thinking about that.
No, who else is a lefty? Big Dom.
Who?
Dom's a lefty.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's a lefty. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. All he's got to do is throw 90, 91 from the left side. Well, at the left side, you can get away with a lot. Look at Jamie Moyer. For when you're a lefty, so many things, doors open up for lefties. You don't have to throw as hard.
Oh, I said to Holly, I was like, he has a competitive advantage being a lefty automatically.
100%.
Awesome.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does it. Another edition there of the Brilliantly Dumb Show. We love you. We appreciate you.